Many young people just entering the workforce may encounter an unfair situation, where senior employees are unwilling to do the difficult and thankless tasks. I remember when I first joined the company, the boss asked me to represent the company in a knowledge competition organized by the group. It was just you who went. I'm really resistant to this. Having to memorize the question bank for the knowledge competition, I had to memorize things in school, and now I have to memorize things at work, and I'm already busy enough with my current workload. I really don't want to take time out to prepare for some competition, but I don't feel comfortable refusing, because, honestly, I'm not so busy that I have absolutely no time, and no one in the whole company is truly idle. If I can refuse to participate because I'm busy, then everyone else has the same reason. In short, I don't seem to have a completely sufficient reason to refuse this. In the end, I can only bite the bullet and accept the task, sacrificing my personal time to prepare for the competition. Similar situations often happen in daily life. When friends invite me to dinner, I don't want to go, but I'm afraid the relationship will become distant. When relatives ask to borrow money, I don't want to lend it, but I'm afraid of hurting their feelings. Of course, I know I have the right to refuse if I had a completely sufficient reason. For example, if I had to work overtime at night and couldn't attend the dinner, or if I only had a few dollars left in my wallet and had no money to lend, then I could refuse decisively with a clear conscience. But when I don't have a completely sufficient reason, even if I know I haven't done anything wrong, I can't help but feel conflicted. Until later, a colleague taught me a practical life lesson. Life is never a true or false question. Between readily agreeing and flatly refusing, we can create our own options. Take the knowledge competition as an example. I can honestly explain to my boss, I can participate in the competition, but I have too much work, and I don't have that much time to prepare, so I might not be able to achieve an ideal ranking. Please understand, my workload is very heavy. Could you arrange for someone else to share some of my work? This way I can have more time to prepare for the competition. This kind of response is reasonable, both respectful of the arrangements and able to reduce some of the burden. I think it's something I can bring up and discuss with my boss. Even if the competition results are not ideal, the boss will have a psychological expectation of the outcome and won't doubt my abilities because of it. Many people might object to this. Why should I make this kind of compromise? I should resolutely refuse to do anything I don't want to do. I should never compromise myself even a little. I completely understand this attitude of defending freedom. But you know what? Most things in reality, when we lack sufficient bargaining chips, simply refusing often fails to change the outcome. We will not only have no choice, but also lose the opportunity to strive for better options. When you are just a new employee, your boss asks you to do something, and you refuse on the spot. In all likelihood, you will still have to do it in the end, and you won't get any other benefits, because your value and bargaining chips are not enough to refuse arrangements arbitrarily. The philosopher Sartre clearly pointed out in Existentialism is a humanism. Human freedom is absolute, and this freedom is inseparable from responsibility. Others won't show you any leniency or make any concessions just because you're defending freedom. You are certainly free to make any choice you want, but you must also bear the corresponding responsibilities or costs. So, the truly wise approach is to use the chips we have to create favorable conditions for ourselves. For example, my performance at the company has always been good. One day, on a whim, I asked my boss for a raise. Unsurprisingly, I was rejected, but I didn't plan to give up since a raise wasn't possible. Perhaps I could negotiate for some other benefits. So I told my boss, since a raise is out of the question, could you allow me to not clock in for a year? It won't affect my ability to finish my work. I don't like waking up early because my performance has consistently been good. The boss agreed after some consideration. Although the initial goal wasn't achieved, but I gained other desired benefits, so I still came out ahead. This mindset isn't just applicable to the workplace. It has similar applications in many areas. E-commerce platforms offer 7-day no-reason returns, which has a trial option between buy and not buy. When watching short dramas, they also let you watch a few episodes. First, adding a watch have first option to increase your desire to buy the sequels. When faced with someone's confession, you can have a befriend first option between accept and reject, increasing understanding of each other and making a more rational judgment. These scenarios actually have a common core, not letting choices become a binary yes or no question. Finding the gray area of reality between black and white. When we understand this, we can try to create additional options for the difficulties in life. This allows us to move from passive coping to active creation. The art of living lies not in making the right choice from a dilemma, but in forging your own third path when it seems like there is no other choice.